Hello, this is Lisa Hazard and Misty Lore with the podcast We're All Psychic. And today we have a very, very special guest who's going to do some cool stuff. This is awesome. But first, Anna. Her name is Anna, and we'd like to ask her a question. Anna, do you think we're all psychic?
Absolutely. I definitely believe.
Yay!
Yeah.
Where did you come to that conclusion? How did you get there?
You know, I heard someone say, excuse me, I forgot who it was, but that being psychic is your human birthright, that it's just something you're born with, and that some people can develop it more than others, depending on how much you want to put into it and your natural talent. But that is your birthright as a human being.
Oh, I love
I agree.
That's really great. It's just part of you.
Exactly.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah, you got to study sometimes and get where you want to be, but
So Anna's she's gonna tell us some stuff about auras and color energy readings and stuff like that. But first, I'm kind of curious, Anna, how did you start doing this kind of work or get involved?
Oh my goodness! Well, I'm definitely a baby psychic and a student medium. I'm not doing mediumship professionally, but I love to study it. It's funny. In a way, it's been my whole life, but in a way, it's new. It's both. When I was young,
me too.
You too.
Me
Where
too.
it was just always a natural thing for me, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I grew up religious, and so the saints and the prophets, mostly the prophets, like those Old Testament Torah prophets. Just talking to them and that people die and come back. That was just part of a normal thing for me.
Right.
Right.
Pass the dinner, you leave a chair for Elijah, who's a spirit that comes to sit. I hope I got that story right, but
that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just very much a part.
Doing that.
Yeah, you leave a chair. Because the spirit comes to visit. That's right. It's absolutely in the Bible.
I've got chills. I've got chills, and I don't get chills from the Bible.
I
Well, sometimes I do.
Or the Old Testament story with Abraham when he's in the tent and the angels come and sit down and have dinner with him. To me, I always took those things very literally.
I
definitely.
do too. Yeah, especially with angels. I love angels too.
Mm-hmm.
So Anna, so it's always been kind of normal for you to have these experiences,
and I'm no Bible expert, by the way, so I hope I got the stories right. Someone will probably correct me if I got them wrong.
I was raised. I don't know anything about it. I wasn't taught. I was taught like the same Bible stories, the same 15. All every year.
Well, yeah, and don't you agree that like angels are actually easier to think of than ghosts or spirits? You know what I mean? I think people welcome angels before they would anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're a gateway.
It's a good point. Yeah. Gateway drug to psychic usage.
Yeah.
So how did you start getting interested in like auras and color, working with what do you do with light?
Oh my goodness, I love it. I was really lucky in that I saw a ghost. I had a full-on ghost experience when I was in my late 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I was in upstate New York. I was in an old hotel, 18-something hotel. And it was, And I should have known that there would have been a spirit there because it's an area that's known for that. I should have known. But this is, kind of before the internet was huge. And I didn't look it up. I didn't Google it or anything. And it was a full-on not friendly spirit experience, in a Civil War uniform. And I didn't like it. Spirit was not friendly. It went away, faded, and came right back. And I wouldn't say I forgot about it because you can't forget something like that. But then the next day or so, I was on the bus going back to the city. I lived in New York for a long time. And someone came and sat down next to me and she said, "Oh, you were at this place." I said, "Yeah." She's like, "Did you see a ghost?" And she said, "Did it look like this? Was it wearing this uniform?" And I said, "Yep."
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, I'm curious, when you said you could tell it wasn't good, like it was anything, or is it just
feeling
bad?
It was like a little, it had a belt Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so it was wanting to, like
it was a not friendly ghost. Yeah. I mean, nothing obviously really happened in real life, but it was not a friendly ghost. No.
You could
My
just
cat
get that
Ouija just
feeling
joined
like,
us. That's funny.
Yeah.
We're talking about ghosts, and my cat Ouija just joined us.
Oh, your cat Mikie, I love it.
knock something over.
She never joins the podcast. She's always outside in the daytime. And she's like,
well,
hey,
come on.
talking ghosts. That's
Kitty.
just crazy. I think the first time I don't know, the first time I saw a ghost, I woke up in bed. I don't know if it was a spirit or a ghost or what it was. It wasn't a bad entity, but it was after I'd had a ghost experience, but I didn't actually ever see a ghost. But I woke up in bed and there was a like I don't know how to explain it, but he was standing through my stomach, and he was like see-through. I usually see in my mind the spirits.
Yeah, sure.
That's how the mediumship works for me. But he was blue, so maybe you can explain the blue to me sometime further down in the podcast. He was like glowing whitish blue, and he had a striped shirt, and he had brown hair, and he was standing through me, just looking down at me, and I was like, "Oh,
wow!"
I passed out. I was so scared, I passed out. Yeah,
who wouldn't?
I woke up, saw him, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
that's a crazy experience.
He was just looking at me. I mean, he was just looking. He was
He wasn't trying to scare you.
What's weird is he ended up. I mean, later on down the road, a good friend of mine from high school married a guy named Dan, and he looked like I met her fiance, and I was like, "You look like that ghost that popped up in the middle of me."
Oh my god!
Strange. Yeah. They had very similar faces and hair and everything. It was really. I didn't tell Kyla, my friend at the time.
No, I don't think I would have either.
I didn't tell anybody this stuff.
Now you're telling everybody.
I know.
Not too many people listen. When you do color, how did you start doing color readings?
The color started not that long ago, because what was happening was I was doing mediumship practicing, practice groups and whatnot, and I would see a lot of colors when they came up, and that would give me information.
Okay, where would you see the colors? Like in the room? Or
it can happen in two different ways. One way is actually physically seeing the color in front of me. And then the other is with my mind's eye, with my eyes closed, like what you're talking about. Okay. It can happen either way. And the funny thing is, it's actually a lot of times more interesting with my eyes closed, because with my eyes open, it tends to be one static color, a yellow, a blue, a green, whatever. And it takes me a minute to see it, for my eyes to relax. Because like I said, I'm a baby at this, I'm still learning, but it takes me a minute. It tends to stay that color. But with my eyes closed, if I'm in my third eye, the information comes much more quickly and it moves much faster. So I actually end up getting a lot more information a lot more quickly that way.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I can see that because you're more relaxed,
What information do you get from the color?
Sometimes it's a quick guide. So, for example, a yellow to me would be that person is in their head. They might have a lot of repetitive thoughts going on. A yellow, we just talked about yellow. Green people to me are very kind of feet on the ground, one day at a time people. So I love green. When I see brick red and someone's talking about the relationship, I said, okay, that's a solid house. That's a brick red color. So, I'm still kind of figuring it out as I go along, for sure. But yeah, I don't think there's any bad colors. And the thing that's really interesting is it's often how colors combine. So, for example, the other day, a while back, actually, I was doing a reading and someone had kind of a seafoam green with a cream color mixed. I said, and to me, right? And to me, those colors remind me of a kitchen. I said, do you love to bake at all? I see colors that remind me of someone in the kitchen. That was it.
Yeah.
So it's always
two and two together for you. Yeah.
It's always a bit of a guessing game, but or the other day,
you're gonna get really freaking amazingly fast. And
really, I hope so. I mean, it's a work in progress. Thank you.
That you can make sense out of colors coming to you like that. That's just blows my mind. I'm not visual though. I'm just not visual.
Are you more clairsentient or?
I'm more clairsentient or claircognizant or whatever ones where it just drops in. You
just know.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Or sometimes I see things. Most of the time, it's just in there. But that
sounds like you're visual to me.
Yes, but they don't look. I mean, I can't describe what I'm seeing. It's more like my spirit guide can be there, and I can't really. I can see him moving, but I couldn't make out his face. I can't remember people's faces. Yeah, I can't remember people's faces usually, and my husband. I think real hard. I can remember his face. But I see it all the time. It's like I just can't remember faces. I don't know what it is. So yellow, for example, isn't always up in the head, but sometimes. So when you with a certain person or a certain situation, it might be. What else could yellow be?
Depends where I see it in the body. So I might be doing a body scan. And for example, the other day I was doing a body scan on someone who asked me to look at what was going on with their health issue, which I'm not a medical intuitive, but this person asked. And I saw kind of a bright yellowy orange in a certain area. And it turned out it was inflammation in that certain area.
Oh,
so yeah.
That's so awesome. Cool. You want to do a demonstration on Misty?
Yeah, I knew
oh my God.
You knew I would ask.
I knew it was coming.
You don't have to.
Oh my goodness. Not health stuff, but I could do a quick scan if you want, just to get a general color idea of what's going on with Misty.
I'd like to see what it's like. I want to know what these
are like. Yeah. What's going on with me?
You know, the first feeling that comes to me is a blue, like an ocean blue. And I know we talked about that you were a beach person.
Yeah.
And her eyes are ocean blue.
Are they?
Beautiful.
And you feel really expansive. Your energy feels really expansive to me. You feel like you're definitely, okay. You definitely feel like an outgoing person, which I think we know from this interview. And blue to me often talks about a friendship and loyalty. Do you have a couple long-term good friends that are like your best friends for life, your ride or dies?
Oh yeah, like usually if I have a friend these days, it's a loyal one. I'm to the point where either you're a good friend or I don't need you.
Yeah, that's that bright blue. That's that bright blue. And it's funny because blue is the color of royalty. It's almost a royal blue, but it's a little more like the Mother Mary blue.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do you have any connection to Mother Mary, by the way?
Mary?
Yeah.
Like the Virgin Mary or anybody named Mary?
I don't
like
know
the
anybody.
Virgin Mary. No, like in terms of no. Interesting.
No person?
Yeah, like that figure, like the
statue
de Guadalupe. Yeah, like that's what I'm seeing, like that blue that's in her shawl.
I have a statue of Mary from a Catholic church that has that. She's seen it before.
Well, I've been told that I have a lot of motherly surrounding me, so that might be where that's coming from.
Yeah, that makes sense because it doesn't. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so that's some new information to me for that blue might be someone who's a mother figure.
She also, she also can immaculately conceive.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
They're on the way. At least that's how I feel. Anyway,
that's really cool. That's really cool.
It is cool, but it's always kind of figuring out what could this mean to you, and sometimes it's a bit of a guessing game while we're figuring it out. But
it makes a lot of sense to me. I had just sent Misty hasn't. I don't think you've seen the video I sent you yet, but I sent her a link from this astrologer I like called she has a website and her practice is called Empowering Astrology. Ooh. And I follow her stuff a lot. And I hardly ever watch her videos because I don't really like videos that much, but I was watching this one because it told me time stamp for my Taurus, but it went into Aries and I heard part of Aries because I went to I didn't go far enough to my time code and I was like, ooh, Misty's going through that right now. So I sent it to her.
Oh boy, what am I going through?
It matches exactly what you said.
Really?
What she said about you and what you said back to her.
Full circle.
And what you said back to her. Yeah, it was really cool.
That's wild.
What about Lisa? What color is Lisa?
I'm scared.
Okay. No, there's no bad color. There's no bad color. Let me tune in for a little bit. Sorry, it's taking me a second. It's funny because I feel the green. I can see you in the video.
I do too. That's what I was thinking.
I'm also seeing like an icy lemon yellow.
I'm way up in my thoughts, man. Way up.
Yeah, but it's not that kind of circular yellow. It's got more white in it. And the white tends to be balanced for me. If you look at a prism against a white wall, right in the middle of all the colors, it shows white because it just balanced. It's in the middle. So I feel like you've got the intellectual ability, but it's also calmed down because you're a down-to-earth balanced person. And that green is that, like I said earlier, that one day at a time, feet on the ground kind of personality. Yeah. And that white, that you just take things in stride. You keep your balance. So that's what I'm seeing with you.
I really need to hear that. Thank you. I've been really rough time, and I'm coming out of it. And thank you. I'm trying to do all this with my mind, which is the problem, ironically. But
you're doing it. You're doing a good job of it. Yes,
but it's funny when I feel into your feet feel heavy on the ground, which is unusual and really good. You feel very grounded to me, Lisa.
Thank you.
Yoga.
I do yoga about 2 to 3 times a day usually.
Oh my gosh!
Well, I have a lot of I have all these back issues, so that's how and I go see a chiropractor and I get angel healing from a friend, and all 3 of those things together are really working on it. I went to see a general practitioner. I fired them, but when I went to see them last week, I haven't called any other doctors yet, so I might not fire them. I don't know, but they were saying it's very limited. There's nothing you can do for your back but surgery, And I was like, no, that's not true, doctor. You're a doctor, don't you know? There's other things. Give me some options. No, I said, you're fired.
Yeah, next. Yeah.
It's like, there are no options for your back. I'm like, there's other options. Come on, man.
Yeah. Your brain.
So, there are. And I just, this for me, a lot of the other options are trying to find them from people like you, Anna.
Yeah. I can email you later. I've got a few things that have really helped me for the back stuff. So yeah, I can definitely relate to that.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So Misty, do you have any questions?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, no, you do.
I do. Okay. Do people's colors change from day to day, or do they pretty much stay in whatever kind of mood that you're in, or how does that work?
That's a great question. And the answer is, I don't know yet. I love that question.
Well, that's okay.
Because it seems to be people come and go. Like if I'm waiting in a line, to go to the post office or something, and I'm looking at people, I'll see their color then, but I might not see it again today. That's a great question. I feel like it probably does change depending on what's going on with their life. I feel like it probably would, but that's kind of a wait and see for me.
Yeah. Well, you have to pay attention to that.
We'll have to have another podcast with you in a few months.
Yeah.
But I know you're going to zoom on through. You're going to zoom on through. You're working it.
Okay. So, and you said that you've never seen a bad one,
no,
a bad color. Well, because I've heard before that sometimes people that are really, really bad have black around them. So that's not true.
I definitely don't think so. Yeah, I think that's a cultural bias of ours that we tend to, unfortunately, we used to, hopefully it's changing, think white is good, black is bad. And yeah, definitely in terms of what I see in people, no, I would not agree with that at all.
When I see Reiki, it's black. And Reiki's definitely a wonderful thing. For me anyway. Reiki is, I think I see it's black, but sometimes I have a little gold edge.
Wow.
Different people, their edges will be called different. That's the only time I see color is with the Reiki. I see the Reiki.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
No, she's good at that too.
The very first time I saw the Reiki, my friend April was offering a friend, Bunny, who's been on the podcast before, Reiki. And April's a Reiki master who's going to do the Reiki podcast someday.
One day.
I've been saying that for a year and a half now. But she will. She wants to be prepared. But she was offering Bunny Reiki, and I saw this figure next to her, and I asked her about it later. It was then I looked up Reiki, and it was ghost vapor. I didn't know anything about Reiki at the time, and the definition is ghost vapor. And she was like, well, maybe that was the actual Reiki you saw standing next to me. It was kind of in the Oscar, a form of the Oscar, nominee or the award. It was just that shadow.
Yeah.
Standing there, and it had that movement all through it, and then Bunny had it all along her, all in her body, and April had it coming out of her hands, and Bunny's body black. It's not like a light; it's kind of like a light, but it's a smoke or a vapor. I don't know how to explain it. It's really cool. You look for it, Anna, and next time you see someone doing Reiki, you'll see it. And then the master, then it had the gold tip on it, on the black. So that's pretty cool.
Well, when you talk about colors too, like when you said they kind of mix together, that reminds me, going back to the Bible again, how they say heaven, really, you can't explain the colors. That's what it popped up when you said that, because I guess it is kind of hard to explain two colors together to somebody that doesn't know about it, Yeah. Would you agree with that?
That it's hard to explain colors? Oh, that's a great question.
To a blind person, it'd be really hard.
Yeah. Sometimes they come in order. Like I'll see one color and then the other. Sometimes I'll feel a color and then I'll see it if I have to work really quickly, like I'm on the phone with somebody. Yeah, so that can definitely happen. Sometimes there'll be one color with another layer. Yeah, and I just wanted to add real quickly, because that's a question that a lot of people have about, is black bad? Are there any bad colors? For me, black represents potential. So if you think of like dark, rich soil, there's potential there. It's things that have not come into being yet.
Like a clean slate, kind of?
Well, the clean slate would be more the white. The white is the balance.
Okay.
But they work great together. If you want to go back to the Bible, that first verse, first there was the word and then there was the light. The black is before there's the light. But there's still that potential, the intellectual ability. It's what hasn't come into being yet. But yeah, I definitely don't see that as good or bad at all.
I love that.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, you go ahead.
What might indicate, and I'm still playing with this, but what might indicate to me if something is healthy for someone or not is the strength of the color. So for example, I made a mistake today on a reading. I was seeing a rosy pink color. And I thought they were asking about career. And so I thought that was something to do with health and beauty, with something to do with self-care, caring for others. And I was wrong on it because it wasn't that for them. What it was is the color was a little bit weak, and it was that they need more of that in their life.
That's very interesting. And my friend, the angel healer, she's also the one I was writing with you, the sees auras. She, or I maybe before the podcast we were talking about her, but she would say the only thing she would ever see bad about auras is like a milkiness or like a faded, like you just said. Oversaturated sometimes if it's too much or something like that.
Yeah, like if someone's aura is weak. Yeah, I'm kind of beginning to have the same sense of it. Yeah.
And I've heard and that reminds me too. What if somebody's dying? I've heard that. Listen. I've heard that if somebody's like dying, like on their deathbed, their colors start to weaken.
Really?
I wonder if that's true. I've read it before several times.
Wow.
Like it might start to weaken because like they're dying, and so is their body and colors. I don't know how true it is. What do you think about it, Anna?
What do you think about that?
I don't know. Again, nothing I don't know. I would be really curious to find out. I've had the sense, certainly with animals, where you can feel, as I'm sure both of you probably have as well, you can feel it when their spirit is leaving. You can feel their energy weakening. So it wouldn't surprise me if that was true, but I don't know to say for that one yet.
Well, you're going to have to find that out too.
Oh, we're going to do you again. We're going to get you back in about 6 months, 3 months. Yeah, see what you learned. And I haven't.
If I see anybody dying, I'll call you.
Nobody died.
Hey, somebody's dying. Let's call Anna.
Don't take your last breath.
Would you like to be a psychic experiment as you die?
Yeah, no, that's not bad.
I'm down. Hey, I'll let people know around me that if I'm dying anytime soon to let you know. I don't know if you were to explain what you do to someone who's maybe they have an inclination to notice color or something like that. How would you explain to them to work with it to begin with?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fascinating thing when you start seeing it and you're like, oh my gosh. And sometimes you feel like you're in a laser light show and you're dead sober and you're like, what the heck is
Akasha, a friend of mine, is like that too. She sees energy like a light show too.
Yeah. And it doesn't happen all the time, but occasionally, I was going for a walk the other day. I was like, what the heck is happening? And I just had to stop. But occasionally it does happen.
Yeah. Crazy.
But I mean, it can also happen for really boring, normal reasons, like you accidentally pressed your eye or the sun's really bright. I mean, it's not always this big, profound thing.
Yeah.
I've had really bad migraines my whole life, and that can influence it as well.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
I bet it can.
Yeah, because that can be part of it as well.
I bet so, because people they do see lights like that when you have migraines. Mm-hmm. That's very interesting.
I have some migraine tricks for you to try. We'll exchange afterwards. I'll tell me some back tricks and I'll tell you some migraine tricks. I don't know if they work. I don't get migraines, but I've been taught a lot of migraine tricks.
Yeah, and the thing with the migraines is like, I think it's going to be really profound visions. It's not. It's like some ridiculous thing that's cycling in my mind. Needs caps or whatever. Yeah.
Anything to get rid of the pain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cats will do that. Cats will get rid of the page. Again, where can listeners find you if they would like to learn more or get a reading from you?
Definitely, ourswithanna.com.
That's
I'm on Etsy.
That is her
on Everclear. Yep.
She's on Everclear, and I'm sorry, what was your name on Everclear again?
Anna D to V.
D to V.
Yeah,
I love it.
Davis Simenagus. Yeah, D, but that's a lot to say. So D.
It's beautiful. I love saying it.
It is.
Anna D.
It is.
Talk to Anna D to V on Everclear.com.
Oh my gosh, I
will put her Everclear and her she's an Everclear reader like
Thank you.
And I also want to thank the Everclear sponsors. They're our sponsor. Yeah. Everclear is our sponsor, and this is an advice app, and you get your advice from psychics and empaths through readings or whatever way they work. And you can go to everclear.com, and that's where you can get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. So, so anyway, you got any last words for our listeners? Anything else you would like to put out there?
Yeah, thank you for listening. I'm really pleased to be here with the both of you, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna. You are awesome, and I am so excited. That was like really fun. And I'd love to have you back if you ever want to come back.
I would love to be back. I'd have blast.
And listeners and everybody who listens, that's listeners and everybody who listens. Those are two different groups, because listeners are people who are just listening, and people who are, they're two different groups. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So both of you groups, I love you to death. Thank you for doing this and listening. And we will be back pretty soon. We have a lot of podcasts lined up coming up in the next week, a lot of interesting people and lots of educational information and creepy stories. Thank you for listening.
I love it.
And peace out. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.